What is up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Kardiachain. I'm a fan of Kardiachain. I've worked with Kardiachain as one of the judges for a hackathon. I rate this project. And there's a few things I want to talk about because I do think this can do well, but there are a couple areas that need developing and need growing. You cannot ignore areas that need to develop. So I'm going to talk about how it can hit the price point I'm talking about, what needs to happen for that to occur. And it's things that if you're an investor, you need to monitor to make sure that you're having the success you hope for. So pay attention to this because I'll show you a few things to look out for. Before I get into that though, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I owned when I created the channel, and they're the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. Had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you'd ignored them for 2 years, done everything wrong, never sold them when the markets were rallying, just ignored them completely, you'd still doing everything wrong, be in profit for 8 grand from a $2,600 investment, doing everything wrong. But if you'd have done the right thing is selling when the market's flying, like they did last year, like I did last year. If you'd have sold them last year when they flew, you could have made 123 grand from a $2,600 investment. This is the difference between doing the correct thing and the absolute wrong thing. It's a huge, staggering difference. Now, if obviously, like I said, I sold these off last year. If you want to see the coins I currently own in my portfolio and the coins I'm going to add to my portfolio in this bear cycle, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my entire portfolio. Every coin I own, anytime I buy a coin, the members are notified. Anytime I sell a coin, the members are notified. I've got tutorials set up so that anyone that wants to get into crypto but doesn't know where to start can watch them, and then they'll know how to get involved. And look, this spreadsheet is not an accident. I picked these coins well. As you can see from Phantom, I'm the only YouTuber that was speaking about it in 2020. Literally the only YouTuber that was speaking about Phantom being able to do gains. I did a Udemy course dedicated to Phantom as the best investment of 2020. It went up 677 times. If you were to put in $2,000 into Phantom, you would have got 1.34 million. Staggering. And I will find another Phantom, and when I do, the members will know straight away. I will tell them all about it. I will tell them how much I'm putting in, and they can copy and match my gains. If you want to make that kind of gain, then go read the site, guys. The link is in the description. Right, Kardiachain. Kardiachain is like half a cent right now. I do think this can run up to at least 10 cents or so. Kardiachain is a good blockchain. It's fast. It's secure. Now, their aim is to be fully interoperable and non-invasive. Now, what that means is that they can connect to any network without having to make tons of technical modifications to their own blockchain. Now, Kardiachain is actually the #1 blockchain in South Korea. They aim to be the first ever fully non-invasive interoperable blockchain. The Kardiachain CEO stated that the platform is working to decentralize the existing systems of governments and enterprises, which will allow it to reach millions of users without having to educate the public on blockchain tech. It's specifically focused on targeting users who are not native to crypto. They're also looking at increasing adoption by including decentralized apps. So they have started adding additional apps, and they have started doing stuff like hackathons to introduce new cryptos to the ecosystem with incentivization programs. For me, that's always a big plus. As I've said, whether it's a hackathon or whatever, getting people on board is the key thing. So Kardiachain aims to acquire another 100,000 users with 10% active rate within Q4 of 2022. That's their push. They've got 37 days, 11 hours, and 50 minutes left. They've had 11,000 new users, and they've had new transaction gains of 4 million plus. Again, really good sign. That's what I like to see. As you can see, there's connections with a lot of different projects. Their mission is mass adoption of blockchain tech. They have their KAI wallet already set up. They have their and they have a few different products within Kardiachain as well, like KAI Starter, and which is all through their incubator stuff. In terms of their ecosystem right now, it has begun growing more and more. They need to continue growing. They're behind where they should be at this point. But because you'll notice a number of these are to do with exchanges. Not tons though, but a number of them are. It's a little smaller than I would like to see, but they are looking better and better and better. And these are all partnerships that they've got. So they are starting to really grow in an effective way. They've got their KAI program, which is effectively like your incentivization. Sorry, not incentivization program. It's the way that they're trying to push on the blockchain. So I'll show you a little update on that. So Kardiachain's incubator is the aim to launch dApps. If you land part of onto the Kardiachain incubator, you will be pushed and helped with development. The KAI wallet is good, and obviously the Kardiachain blockchain is good, and the speeds are fast, the fees are low. It's what I like. It's what I want to see. But there needs to be growth in the ecosystem. So they're closing down the KAI program. They'll no longer be accepting users or deposits into the program. So this was their Diamond Hands program to reward users who deposited. They're closing down the program due to tech issues and operational issues. So that's not great. It's not great to see those kind of things, but it does happen. But at least they're honest and transparent. That's something that you want to see. And I will say this about the Kardiachain team. They have constantly been honest and transparent. They do a lot of AMAs and they talk with the community consistently. As I said, Southeast Asia's leading blockchain ecosystem. But look, I can rate what I see. And what I see is a fast blockchain, low fees, with a goal to acquire as many new users as possible. That for me is quality. That's what I want to see all the time. But if they're going to hit 10 cents again, because you've got to bear in mind, for it to hit 10 cents, you're looking at about 18x, 19x, and that would put it at market cap of 400 million, which is quite away from where it is right now. It does have to grow that ecosystem. Which I believe they wholeheartedly can. They have a really strong team. They've got good marketers and advertisers. They do have to push on marketing and advertising to see that success come to fruition. I'd love to have the founder on to have a chat about what's the next steps for Kardiachain, having worked with them before, because I do think there's immense potential here. But would want to see growth in terms of gaming and DeFi, those two sections in particular. And with everything that's happened over the past year with centralized issues, whether that's mainly with exchanges and, those high interest accounts, I'd want to see real pushes in DeFi, because that's going to draw in a lot of users next bull cycle. So I'd be really interested to see if they can really push on the DeFi elements that are connected to Kardiachain with cryptos native to Kardiachain that are just all about DeFi. But we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think? Do you think it can do that kind of run? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button as well. It helps the channel. It means I can get founders on as we grow. Kardiachain founder I'd love to have as an example. And also my videos will make you money. You don't want to miss that. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own, the current portfolio I have, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share every time I buy a coin or sell a coin in real time. The tutorials are all set up for members, so it's as simple as it can be. If you want to get into crypto and you've never done it before, I do videos on a daily basis if that interests people, talking about the markets. And if you just simply want to see the coins I have and copy along and make the profits I do, you can do that. As you'll see, as I said, Phantom, no other YouTuber around spoke about Phantom. I spoke about it. I did a Udemy course about it. I've only ever made one Udemy course in my lifetime. I said it was all about Phantom, about being the best investment of 2020, about the fact that it was going to 100x, and it did all those things. And I will find another one, and when I do, it won't be a Udemy course, it will be the members being told directly. So if you want to learn about the next big coin, you've got to go read the site. And remember, everything on the site is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube history. And that is it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.